Hey everybody, Jason from RoadBytes here. Today I'm talking about levels of learning and how to maximize your learning rate. I used to be a math teacher, a high school math teacher, and one thing that we were taught was explicit instruction. So a mnemonic way to learn this is through these three things: I do, we do, you do. You could picture the teacher transferring knowledge to the student, and so just picture this cascade downward. So just to explain these levels, I do is generally the teacher. The main thing here is that the teacher sets out specific goals and concepts are attainable. So the idea is that there's a clear understanding of what is to be learned. So some examples here would be: student will be able to implement feature spec on app mailer using letter opener gem. That's a pretty good one because you can see there's specific things that are called out, and some of the verbiage might be a little technical. Feature spec, what does that mean? But overall, you can see if the student can actually perform this task. Another one would be a bad one. Would be a student will know Rails. So oftentimes it's really helpful. The first level is to actually really get a handle on what you're trying to learn. Second level is teacher and student. So after the teacher gives the information of what it is, the student actually has to try out and learn for themselves, develop for themselves an understanding of the concepts. And so the main thing here is that there's quick feedback that's given for the student, so they're not just thinking they quote unquote understand something, but they're actually trying it out. And another key point here is that failure is inevitable. I mean, if you're learning something new, you're not going to be good at it. You're going to fail. And so it basically says that the we do process adds feedback because they know that failure is just natural. That's something I think that we as a society aren't very keen on. But the truth is, that's what I actually enjoy about the second stage, is that you just kind of expect it and you embrace it. Because if you don't fail, then you're probably not really learning anything. And so you do really focuses on the sense of autonomy, and so the student can really show that they've reached the learning goal because it's something measurable. Can the student implement a feature spec, by themselves? And would they be able to teach the concepts? And that's a big thing for me. That's one way I can test how much I really know something, is if I can teach it. First, determine what level you're at before you assess your performance. Because I remember, for me, I'm actually doing it. For me, I'm doing Tea Leaf Academy Bootcamp. It's actually pretty good. But I found difficulty in working on this because the way Bootcamp works, the way Tea Leaf works, is they have 8 weeks of material, and one of the weeks was taking me about a month to do, and so it was just taking way too long. And the thing is, the way they work is they give you a task, and then they show you the solution. And I was afraid I was cheating by looking at the solutions because, I don't know. I had my ego, or I don't know what it was. I was pretending I was in level 3. I was able to actually do what they're telling me to do without ever learning it. But I decided to actually look at the solutions and treat it as a level 1 and 2 way of learning, where they're the ones setting out specifically what I learned, and then I try it for a bit, and then I look at the solutions for quick feedback on what I'm doing. And then it's not cheating because it's basically the way I'm getting feedback on the concepts. There's no way I can learn it and just out of thin air. So this new process actually put me on track, and I was actually getting through the material every week. And at the same time, I was exhibiting the same markers, in that I was able to actually implement the solutions by myself without any help. And I was able to write blog posts on it and explain it to other people. So, basically I took my learning time from a month to a week, and actually, was actually going on par and on task and on schedule. So that only happened because I was able to figure out that I'm not in level 3. I can't work autonomously, and I needed to give myself a chance to actually get feedback and learn the material through the solutions. This is like a non-coding one, but another way I see a lot of people try to do too much too early is trying to lose weight. And so I have some friends, I guess all of us, try to do this, but, we can all lose a few pounds sometimes. But, we'll get this idea of having a New Year's resolution, and we'll try to lose weight, and, we won't be able to do it. And we think that we're a failure, or that it's our willpower, or whatever it is. But I like to think that it's actually kind of the same concept. It's that we haven't learned how to lose weight yet. And so people are trying to jump into level 3. They're trying to immediately lose pounds, and when they fail, they get down on themselves. But the truth is, looking at these levels of learning, failure is inevitable. If you've never lost weight, in your entire life since high school or whatever, and then you're just going to go ahead and just try to do it out of the blue, you can kind of expect that you're not going to be successful 100% of the time. And a better approach at it would be to get feedback on your performance and actually evaluate, what specific triggers are out there that's making me eat more, or what's my actual strategy? Do I have a strategy? Am I, am I trying to eat less calories, or is paleo better, or am I going to hit the gym? And so, there's a lot of learning that needs to happen in this process of losing weight. And instead of, looking at it as this willpower thing, I personally think it's actually a learning thing that we have, that's something that needs to be learned. So the key point for both examples is, if you do not succeed, learn from your experiences and try again. So, just to sum everything up, number 1, map out what your learning goals are. Number 2, get feedback and guidance on what you're doing. And number 3, give back to the community when you find success, or, see if you can teach it to someone else to prove that you have mastery. So anyways, these are, some things that I've learned as a teacher, and they've helped me in my coding journey. So go ahead and leave a note in the comments below. Cheers.